Tourists today flock to historic spaces originally defined by profound human misery. In 2015, Colorado's Stanley Hotel added a massive hedge maze to its grounds. This was a purely commercial construction, built specifically for guests searching for the fictional labyrinth from Stephen King's The Shining. Across the country, failing asylums, abandoned stone prisons, and grand hotels have avoided bankruptcy by successfully rebranding as supernatural hotspots. This shift into the paranormal theme park industry has transformed the memory of real human tragedy into a highly marketable asset. These massive structures were first envisioned as optimistic architectural solutions to 20th century societal problems. F.O. Stanley designed his mountain resort as a high-tech sanctuary. He utilized the high-altitude, ultraviolet-drenched air to treat wealthy patients dying of tuberculosis. This layout represents the Kirkbride Plan. It was a rigorous model for mental health treatment that used staggered, bat-wing wings to improve patient outcomes. The unique geometry ensured every single patient room had direct access to cross-ventilation and natural sunlight. Alcatraz functioned as the ultimate, inescapable isolation facility for the most dangerous criminal offenders in the United States. Architects built these spaces with noble, therapeutic, or reformative intentions. Eventually, those same designs became the source of the very nightmares they were supposed to prevent. Massive systemic failures, severe overcrowding, and sudden physical disasters created the true nightmares of these locations. Trans-Allegheny was designed for 250 people, but by the 1950s, the population ballooned to over 2,400 patients in inhumane conditions. Extreme density fueled frequent violence. A deadly riot at the Missouri State Penitentiary in 1954 left buildings burning and multiple inmates dead. At the Stanley Hotel, disaster was pure physics. In 1911, a massive gas leak blew chambermaid Elizabeth Wilson straight through the floorboards of room 217. The heavy, unsettling atmosphere reported by visitors reflects the residual psychological weight of extreme historical suffering and neglect. By the late 20th century, these massive buildings became rotting, obsolete money pits facing imminent demolition. A nightmare-fueled stay by author Stephen King saved the Stanley Hotel. His novel, The Shining, transformed the failing property into a global destination for ghost hunters. Real estate investors realized they could monetize local lore. Billionaires purchased Skinwalker Ranch to formally trademark indigenous folklore and UFO sightings for entertainment services. Abandoned prisons replaced the lost economic impact of their closure by selling tickets to haunted cell blocks. This is the pivot. Owners avoided bankruptcy by repackaging the architecture of suffering into the architecture of entertainment. The modern paranormal tourist experience is a simulacrum, a copy of a reality that never actually existed. Visitor psychology often favors the supernatural. Attributing building creaks to a ghost is far more entertaining than considering the history of injured, overworked domestic staff. This creates an ethical paradox. Dark tourism and ghost tours are currently the only financial reason these historical architectural marvels remain standing. Preserving the physical structures of these locations often requires us to sanitize the actual historical victims into entertaining caricatures. The human pain at the center of these stories was undeniable, and today we are the ones eagerly paying